The match had ended, and the crowd erupted in cheers for Katrizin. Ernesty approached Katrizin, expressing his amazement. "Whoa, guy, that was amazing." Frank shook hands with Katrizin, saying, "Bro, that was really amazing. How did you manage to do that?" Katrizin was deeply confused because he himself did not know what had happened. The sheer amount of mana exuded from his body baffled him, as he believed he had no internal mana at all. How was he doing that? Adding to the mystery was the fact that Katrizin had activated a fire spell without chanting. Katrizin considered that chantless magic couldn't be a unique ability, but likely something exclusive to the Brox family, unknown to outsiders. Despite the potential significance of chantless magic, Katrizin still questioned how he, someone not proficient in magic, had managed it. Katrizin retreated to his room and began researching what had occurred. Katrizin formulated a theory. Chants are merely tools to achieve the proper mental state. If fair magic requires anger, the chant becomes unnecessary, and control over mana becomes the key. Katrizin was baffled how he gained such sudden control over mana. Katrizin attempted to activate chantless magic, focusing on his anger, and succeeded in creating a small fire. Katrizin felt excited about the possibility of using remote ability activation. He wondered if he had not been exuding mana but rather setting fire to the mana around him through remote ability activation. Katrizin remained uncertain and did not fully grasp what had transpired. After the exams, the students were granted a one-week break. The break coincided with the mid-year examinations for the senior classes, spanning 7 days with 3 matches per day, categorized as Class A, B, and C for rank re-evaluation. For 7 days, Katrizin attended matches, returned to his room, and practiced chantless magic and remote ability activation. He found some small success with his practice. After the 7 days, he returned to class, which was also the day the results were announced. Ernesty achieved excellent marks in the practical exam but scored only 83 out of 100 in theory. Katrizin revealed that he had achieved perfect scores in all 3 practical subjects. Katrizin then revealed that he had also attained a perfect score of 100 out of 100 in theory, which seemed impossible. The theory paper was explained as having 30 marks per subject, with a maximum of 25 awarded for exceptional answers, and a final 10 marks for an original interdisciplinary hypothesis. It was noted that students typically received only 3 or 4 marks for their hypotheses, with 6 being considered a good score, but no one ever received a perfect 10. Katrizin was summoned by the principal to discuss his unprecedented achievement. The principal informed Katrizin that he had broken the previous record for first-year students' midterm scores. The previous record was held by Christine Myers, who had scored 95. Christine Myers had achieved 8 marks on the hypothesis and 29 marks in each of his 3 subjects. Christine Myers' score of 95 was long considered unbreakable. Yet, Katrizin had managed to score 100. The principal asked Katrizin to elaborate on the theory behind his hypothesis. Katrizin explained that he had chosen swordsmanship, mana theory, and unique abilities as his 3 subjects. Katrizin's theory centered on the perceived incompatibility between mana-based magic and unique abilities. Katrizin described a sword technique focused on delivering frequent cuts. The technique required the user to wrap their sword in mana and enhance each strike through controlled breathing and mana circulation. Each strike would inject mana into the target's body. The injected mana would disrupt the target's mana flow and hinder their ability to use unique abilities. By targeting numerous points and injecting mana gradually, the user could render the target incapable of both mana-based attacks and utilizing their unique ability. The continuous cutting would physically exhaust the target. The teachers were so impressed by the comprehensive hypothesis that they awarded Katrizin a perfect score. The principal emphasized that breaking records was encouraged, especially in the first theoretical exam. It had been a tradition to award a title to those who broke records in the first theoretical exam. Christine Myers had been given the title of Diamond Child upon breaking the previous record. Christine Myers was 1 year junior to a group known as the Golden Generation. Katrazin was awarded the title of Platinum Child. Katrazin did not seem to care about his new title. The principal revealed that Christine Myers, upon leaving the academy, had requested that a sword he crafted be given to whoever broke his record. Katrazin was hesitant, questioning what he would do with the sword, given his unique fighting style. Katrazin believed any good sword must possess mana circuitry, which would be useless for him due to his unique mana usage. Katrazin was given the sword and noticed it was made of wood, an unexpected choice. Upon holding the sword, Katrazin felt that it was different, particularly its mana circuitry. The sword's circuitry was not designed to circulate the user's mana, but instead possessed its own unique mana system. Katrazin realized it induced mana flow rather than injecting it. The sword was named Ripnossel. The wooden sword was light but agile. As Katrazin swung it, the sword absorbed mana and amplified its power. It was a gift from Christine Myers to the future record holder. For the first time, Katrazin was genuinely happy with the gift he had received. After class, Frank approached Katrazin and challenged him to a duel. Frank suggested that the stadium match may have been affected by stamina issues, so a private duel would be more suitable. Arnesty overheard the challenge and insisted on fighting Katrazin first, as he hadn't fought him since their admission. Frank and Arnesty argued over who deserved to fight Katrazin first. Katrazin suggested that Frank and Arnesty fight each other, and the winner could then fight him. A time was set for the fight between Arnesty and Frank. Frank bragged that defeating Arnesty would be easy, as he had defeated him before. "Bro, I will sweep the rug from under his legs," Frank said. Arnesty retorted, "Oh, we'll just try. Just try, my man." A bitter rivalry existed between Frank and Arnesty. Katrazin realized he needed to practice to improve, expressing doubt about defeating Frank. Katrazin acknowledged that he had not genuinely defeated Frank in the previous match and was unsure how to replicate his previous state. He planned to research what had happened and strive to master chantless magic. Katrazin also wanted to understand how Frank had predicted their moves. Katrazin went to his personal training room. Katrazin began to test the new sword, Ripnossel. He realized it was a real sword compatible with his fighting style. Katrazin realized that the sword style theory he had written was not just theoretical. He acknowledged that he had been trying to gain enough control over mana to either use a normal sword or reinforce a stick. However, with Ripnossel, he might be able to create his sword style. Katrazin began to work toward creating that sword style.